Welcome back. Ben Alaiya is in the studio. He's the editor-in-chief Sports Day newspaper. Ben, good to have you in. Good morning.
Always nice to be here. A great day to be alive. And all the rantings about the rankings of Nigeria.
That's got a lot of people talking and foaming in the mouth because they just cannot understand it. It's like the more you see, the less you see, basically. Before we talk about that one, and let's get your take on the culture of cycling in Nigeria. There was a time when it used to be quite popular owning a bike, but that's no longer the case. But the African Cycling Foundation president just said now they're trying all their best to bring that culture back.
I think it's getting on very well, because if you come to Arepo, where I live, every Saturday you see men. Really? That is top-notch men, so to speak. They ride, they cycle around. It's part of the exercise. You know, your cardiovascular is everywhere. You know, you take it round, and then they ride all over the town, and then they come back and they come sweating with their headgear on.
Have you joined them before? Have you ever
I have. I'm always joining them.
Okay.
I'm always joining them.
So it's got a culture right now.
It keeps you super fit, and it's like playing squash. You know, like. The president of the Squash Federation was telling me, Mr. Boye, he was saying that very soon we are going to have a squash tournament for only journalists, the type that we used to have during the days of Dr. Kayode Roberts. And so we have to involve ourselves in sports. You remember Dr. Kayode Roberts, I'm sure Cecilia will, you know, when we used to have a swan squash tournament, and it was every time, every year. And I boast here that the only two people who have defeated me were Samame and Olubia Konde. So cycling is catching on, and it's everywhere. Go to major estates across the federation where the so-called big men, quote and unquote, they ride bicycles in the morning.
So it's coming back. It's
coming back. It's catching on. It's on. Not even catching on, it's on. Okay. And I think that it should be sustained, because it keeps you healthy, and it keeps so many cars off the road. Right. It keeps so many people active.
Keeps the environment clean
as well. And we're not saying it should become like we're using it from here to Obalende or VI, but at least around your environment, keep fit. It's one of the easiest way to keep fit.
Way to go.
Way to go, yeah. I need to own a bicycle. Right, let's talk table tennis at the 49th edition of the Okoya Promos Ashojoba Cup Championship. You know, every year is the 49th edition. This was a press conference, and what the organizers are looking forward to having a better one this year, because you're going to having different categories, and that's why you're having close to 32 different titles up for grabs. Let's listen.
A total of 22 titles will be at stake this year, and the competition is in 3 categories: cadet, intermediate, and senior. In line with tradition, 2 new giant trophies will be unveiled today for both the male and female category, now renamed the Olivet's Trophy, a male singles championship, along with prizes. In addition are the 2 miniature trophies, which will be kept at the champions in both the male and female singles.
I mean, you have to call it the biggest tournament in Nigeria, because if it's been running for 49 years, you know, unbroken, it has to be the biggest, the most respected. And like, you know, we all know, we always see champions, national champions, African champions come from this tournament. So the champion of this tournament is already guaranteed stardom, because nearly every champion has gone on. So this championship is blessed as well. It is truly blessed. So I'd like all of us, you know, to continue to support it.
Yeah, it's going to start on Monday, of course, ending December 2nd. How many titles up for grabs? About 200 table tennis players from across Lagos will also be participating in this one. You know where there's usually at the Teslim Balogun Stadium. The sustenance is just what I love about, you know, the fact that the children decided to, like, look, this will not just die because our father is no more. We're going to continue with the Ashojoba Cup competition. It's really something that can really be commended.
Absolutely. I also want to commend Henry Okoya Thomas. I mean, He used to be chairman, Sports Commission Lagos, fantastic guy. And is it Sports Commission or the FA? But he's been around sports, and the father always carries him along and says, look, sports is life, life is sports. And that is why I think that he's sustaining it, and I'm happy that he's been able to do that and carrying on a legacy that may just last for a lifetime. And the man has said, even after his lifetime, I remember about 3 years ago before he left, he said after his lifetime that this table tennis tournament will be sustained. It's not by accident that the Lagos State named the table tennis hall at the Teslim Balogun Stadium after him. It's a legacy that must be sustained. And I think kudos to Henry. God bless you.
From all indications, it's been sustained. 49th edition.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's huge.
Wow. Next year is going to be 50.
Wow. Yeah, that's going to be a massive celebration.
celebration. You know. Something different that you have to unveil.
Golden Jubilee.
Yeah, incredible stuff.
Fingers crossed to see what's going to happen.
Okay,
let's
talk about the controversy and...
you know, I used to think that I understand FIFA ranking, but then I read about the point system and all that it's not just an immediate result. It's over 4 years. That's when they look at your results and everything, and the points are massed based on, you know, when you win your games, you get more points, and when you beat a bigger team, you get points and all that. We understand the ranking system.
Acting like you know, you don't understand this.
I try to. I mean,
you don't understand it.
I went to the website and tried to understand how the ranking system is being done.
But you didn't get it right.
And so if you put the results over the last 4 years, possibly that's the only explanation I can give, you know, to this ranking.
Yeah, but the story, I mean, we'll get back to Ben on that one quickly. The story, if you're not aware, is that the Super Eagles of Nigeria dropped 9 places to 50th in the world. And that's generated a whole lot of, you know, reactions, and football fans, Eagles fans, they just cannot understand what has happened to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Incredible World Cup qualifying campaign, unbeaten, defeated Argentina very convincingly, and they just don't seem to understand it. And I've got a message here from Ogunpora Bosun. It says, please, can someone give some clarification on the FIFA ranking system, because having qualified unbeaten and defeating Argentina, will still drop 9 places. Ben, Alaiya, over to you. Let's see if we can make any sense of this one. But that's the list, that's the table coming from FIFA. 8 in Africa, right? So they dropped in the world and they dropped in Africa.
I think that,
I mean,
every country that is a major football playing nation played as we were playing. They were doing World Cup qualifiers. We were doing World Cup qualifiers. Some of them, when we were also playing top nations, they were also playing, and they already had higher marks than us. So I don't think we should, you know, bother ourselves because of the ranking. My only worry is that if FIFA is going to use it December 1 in the seeding.
No, we have our pots already.
So why bother your head?
Yeah, but I
mean, let's go play.
Bragging rights. You know what it means to say we are ranked, you know, number 20. Senegal, for instance, number 1 in Africa, 23rd in the world. That's their highest ever.
Let me
you know, the bragging rights is what we're looking at also.
There's a possibility that when FIFA releases it, the next time,
December 21st,
we might even be number 20. So why are we breaking our heads? I think we should just take it off our minds and concentrate in preparing properly for the World Cup, because the World Cup is not a tea party. Everybody is saying Nigeria will win the World Cup, Nigeria will do this. Yes, I think that we can, but can we prepare well and stop bothering ourselves about rankings? Yeah. Rankings don't add up. It is when you win the World Cup, you become world's number 1. I mean, Italy... Yeah. How many times world champions? They are not coming. Everybody, I mean, coaches may have been sacked, players dropped, people crying and all that.
Every president
resigning. But look, can we just concentrate on the task at hand? Yeah. CHAN is at hand. The World Cup is at hand. What is ranking? Ranking, for me, means nothing.
I think someone actually agreed with Ben here. Yeah. Femi Julius, he says, FIFA rankings shouldn't concern us. What our attention should be on now is proper preparations for the World Cup and ensure we shock the world by getting to the finals.